from the experience you got now that maybe it's actually good? Would you advise other people maybe with a career like you to maybe each 10, 15 years step away for a moment?
No, I think they should step away and then keep away.
Very individual. Yeah, keep down the competition.
Don't reform. There's no point. It's terrible.
Underwealth split up.
Don't
rubbish.
do it. Stop. But no, I think actually stepping
away. It's down to the individuals,
isn't
it? It's down to the individuals. Who knows what? Who knows what? If something's working, I wouldn't flog a dead horse, though. Do you know what I mean? If something's not working, you've got to accept it's not working.
Yeah, but I think like anything, they say you should step away from your computer every 15 minutes every hour. I think if you step away from something, you get a perspective on it.
Well, sometimes often, you forget what you were doing now.
Yeah. That's a lot of the...
Do you know what I mean?
That's
what happens to me.
Generally I don't. But generally, if I've got trouble at work, I go away and do something else, and it comes to me. It's like, that's the answer,
Will you I saw you have a lot of dates spot up for the coming year, but will you now be able more to have Orbital live aside from your other projects as well? To have it maybe more coexist alongside each other instead of maybe fully focus on Orbital?
So I didn't really get that question.
Sorry, we'll be doing other projects.
Because you had an urge maybe before to do
not really.
Bits and bobs, maybe.
Bits of film work, bits of TV work if it comes along. I love doing that. We just did a score for a film called Pusher. And I'm tinkering with a bit of film score now. I don't know whether it'll work or not or get in the film, but it's a bit of fun. It's something I love doing in a dressing room when I'm bored. Once I've had to be honest, I'd rather walk around Amsterdam, but it's a good bit of fun. I love it. I just can't stop writing music anyway. It's what I do. Mm-hmm. So to actually have a purpose, if someone wants a bit of film music, so I would take stuff on, but I'd be careful about taking too much on because I think you've got to rest as well. We've been at this sort of 5 days a week all last year doing this album, and then from January till now we've been at it 5 days a week, sort of preparing the live set for 3 months. So it would be really nice. After this is our last gig of a sort of 9 gig run with only 1 day off. I'm going to have a week off. It's brilliant.
Steady on.
Yeah, 2 more questions. I heard, maybe, I'm not sure if it was you or you who said it, that you can maybe fill it in for yourself, that you were inspired by folk music and a lot of more traditional, maybe. That's you.
Yeah.
How does that translate directly maybe into what you're doing?
In the melody and harmony of the music. And the simplicity, a direct, simple melody and a direct, simple harmony that just makes you go, I love that. That's what you get from folk music. One person with a guitar or a harp or whatever just singing and doing that, but they make every note and sound count and make it so emotional. And it's sort of, folk music's quite plain spoken, down to earth, and I like all those aspects of it. And I think that I listen to a lot of melancholy, kind of sad folk music is what I prefer. I'm not really into happy kind of jigs and I like sad folk music where people die and it's all awful and But I hopefully that kind of melancholy gets in there as well.
Do you share his passion for that kind of music?
I like a bit of that every now and again. Nick Cave, I tend to go for the more modern sort of folk. Nick Cave is doing that.
Nick Drake maybe even is a... if I may, as I said it before, but 2 more questions.
Rewind.
This is on film,
Yeah. We'll cut this bit out. Yeah, you said that Mark Ellis had a huge influence on the sound of the record. If you could maybe do it before you gave the songs to him and after, how did it sound before and what?
Just less dynamic.
Different.
And anywhere where we had little problems, like there was one track, Straight Sun, I said, this is my least favourite on the album. And he said, oh, that's a challenge, right, okay. But, and he helped sort of rejig and give a bit of new life to the drum programming, which was great. But he didn't fundamentally change anything. He just enhanced what was there. That's kind of how he works.
What can he do what you can't?
Well, he's just different. He just uses lots of compressors and lots of tools. He's got like a whole museum of synthesizers. I take like a breakbeat, for instance, that we've done in a track, and he'll put that process that breakbeat and make it into something quite different, maybe, or put it. Do you know what I mean? He'll process things. But on the other hand, there were some things compared to what you would call our demos, our studio sort of last recordings before we recorded them. You know, there was one track where we preferred parts of the demo one, so we cut that bit out and sliced it in there. Do you know what I mean? So
he's not afraid to do that, is he? As well.
No, and it's like really good fun to, it's fantastic fun to work with. That's like keeping everything, like this album. We wanted to go in the studio and make it all exciting. Do you know what I mean? It's all like these little things, to really enjoy making this album.
You get the chance to play with his synths maybe also.
Yeah,
well, yeah, and just got to there, and he's such a lovely man, and good fun to work with. So it was all, it was great fun.
But the other thing is, he just brings a fresh set of ears to it at the last moment, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't intend on getting. It was just we wanted to record it in a big studio, and Paul worked with him before. He's got a big studio. I said, well, see if his studio's about. And then he happened to be free, and it was like, so it all fell into place.
So you could see his car. My final question then now. The last track on the record's called Where's It Going? So I'd like to round up with that question to you.
Nowhere fast.
Well, you'll find, if you notice, it's a question.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he wants the
I'm
answer.
asking you the question. You can't bounce it back at me. I don't know.
Where is it going?
I know where it's going. We're going nowhere. It's going nowhere fast. That's the nowhere fast. That's the best answer.
Thank you very much for your time.
Disagree.
For me.
You can argue for.
For me. All right. That's it. Orbital's over. That's it.
Yeah. It's finished. Stop. Cut
Stop,
the camera.
mate. Yeah.